Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It doesn't matter where you're watching me from right now. It's a girl, Blessing the BJ, Siono, Gege. Okay, so I'm here again to talk about something, to actually react to a video I saw. Someone shared to me on WhatsApp, and I cried for women. I cried for mothers. I cried for woman, like the girl. I don't know what to say. It's so unfortunate to see this. I am a woman. A lot of women will expect that I will be in their own side when it comes to some things. No, I am indifferent when it comes to a lot of things, and especially when it has got to do with children, I react to it in a certain kind of way. Maybe it's because of the way I was raised. I was raised by both parents. I won't say that, because there are still people who are raised by both parents that don't want to still make that same mistakes that a lot of people have made. So I saw this video of this woman battering her own child. And this girl she was beating would be between the age of 3, 4, and she was beating this girl horribly. I wish you can just see it. She was beating the girl like it was messy. It was bad. It is by all means total wickedness. You need to see this. I wish we could start posting this thing so people can really see. I have the video on me, but I don't know what to do, because I wouldn't want my channel or my page to be on to have any issue because of it. She was literally beating this guy, I wonder, with a rod, very long one, like beating her seriously, not like beating her seriously, like battering her mercilessly. It wasn't even enough for her that this woman had to stand on top of this child's head with her 2 legs. And that is a mother of a child. Clap for yourself. Now you sabi train pikin pass. Well done. I watched that video, and I don't know. She even at some point she had to take this child's. For me, she's a baby, because I still call my kids babies even at 8 years. She still carried his face and slammed on the floor like this, upside down. Woman. Mother. I hail thee. And to hear or to know that this thing actually happened in Anambra, that the person who was doing this is from Anambra State, even hurts me the most. Woman. Those places are places that women celebrate Mother's Day. They take it very, very serious. Places like that, they call it Okanne, right? Like, I've not seen people who celebrate Mother's Day like people from the South. Like, they celebrate it so much. Even when some of the women, you cannot provide for your children. Some of the women, you bully these kids, you abuse them. Celebrate Mother's Day. You see them, they have organizations. They have women organizations in church. They have their association in church. You see them dancing to the altar. You see them coming to do testimony. You see them coming to do Thanksgiving. You think that person is an example. Most of them are not example. I'm very sorry to say. They're not good examples that one should even emulate. I don't know if if you go to the northern part of Nigeria, you hardly see a parent beating their children. You hardly see a parent beating and battering their children. I wonder why this is coming from the east or this southwest, southeast, southeast. Why do you hate your children so much? Do you hate your children? You people don't send your kids to do almajiranchi. It's called almajiri, to hawk on the to walk on the streets at a very tender age. But the battering, is it not even better that you send that child outside the street to go and suffer than battering a child? I think like 2 to 3 years ago, on my birthday, I just opened my phone, and what I just saw was a story of another girl who was caught. She's a single mother. Her baby was just like 2 years. And this woman, she wanted to go for a party. And this baby was, she felt this baby is stopping her, is hindering her from a lot of things. After all, the father of that child is not in the child's life. And then what she did was, she tried her best to stop the child. I know some of these children, if you want to go, as a mother I know, if you want to go, no matter how you want to sneak out of the house, maybe just to go outside, you see that these children will just wake up. I don't know if it has happened to anybody. It happens like that most of the time. So what she did was, she has told the child to sleep. The child couldn't sleep. What she did was, she has a rubber, a container, a kind of drum that she uses to store water. So she brought it. I will still never forget that day in my life because I wept like a mad person. My birthday that day was something else. I don't know what took me to social media, to Facebook, to see that kind of thing. To even see when the goddamn mother was confessing to this crime. She brought that rubber, filled it with water, and then she took this her baby and put inside that bucket. She took her baby, put inside that bucket of water, and the baby was screaming and saying, "Mommy, please, no." And she was actually almost drowning. She was drowning the child inside that place, and the child was even trying her best to come out of that bucket. And then what she could do finally was to take the cover of that thing and cover it. And that was how that child died. I'm sorry. Oh no. I'm sorry. So that was how that child died, and she was able to go out. Imagine this child that is looking up to you as a mother or the protector, whatever you think you are to this child, and you, oh God, women, and you couldn't protect the child or you couldn't sacrifice, and then you kill the child for your own gain. That was what happened to that child. I'm sorry. This is exactly the way I felt the day I watched the video, and I don't even like remembering it. Anytime I remember it, I don't feel no, but I just think I should let it out there that it's not good. It's not good at all. Please, I beg you in God's name. Maybe I should put it out there that if you have your child you don't like, please, you can just contact me and tell me, please, can you take this child? I don't want the child though. Let me not go and kill this child. Take this child away from me. Maybe later in future you can come and take the child. It's okay. You can give them to me. Okay? Because I'm going to have a foundation soon that will cater for these children. We have a lot of children on the streets. The other day I was in the market, I saw another woman. What she did was, she was beating this girl. This girl should be between the age of 8 and 9 years. She was beating the child was crying, the child ran under the table, she was using her leg to pounce on this child, to hit the child and all that. I went straight to that woman and I held her, I jacked her clothes. I wanted to tear her into shreds. And then every other women there were so happy that someone could even come and fight for the child. And it was later when some of the women now started telling me that child is not actually her child. The child is her niece. She brought the child from the village. And then what was the crime the child committed? It will baffle you. It will shock you. They went to get a cough syrup for the woman's own biological child. And so when they bought it, it's like the woman was busy attending to customers and her child was coughing. And this child has been used to taking care of this other baby. So she knows she was supposed to give 5 ml of that drugs, because the woman admitted that sometimes now they give this child the medicine where she they drink. Why she go make this mistake? So when she was about to put it into the baby's mouth, administer the drugs to the baby, the woman now did like this, and mistakenly her hand hit the bottle, and that was how that medicine poured. She started beating this girl, beating her as if she would kill the child. And that was when I intervened. I actually wanted to call the police, but people begged me that day. And I told people that were around her, if that thing happens another day, please, anytime I come to them, because that's the market I used to go to, just tell me. So what am I trying to say? Women lack empathy. So many women lack empathy. It's very bad. You hardly see a father beating their own child. You hardly see that happen. You hardly see a father battering their own children. Why is it women? I know in the Bible there's a place that said, spare the rod and spoil the child. But it doesn't tell you beat the child as if you want to kill the child. Because there are instances where these kids were beaten, and not long ago or something, they shouldn't just pass on just because of the beating. And some mothers in the house, they knew they are the one that killed that child. They will pretend and they will cry. Why are mothers like that? Please, somebody should just tell me why women are like that. And you complain that you're being battered by your husband is beating you, your husband is doing this, your husband wants to kill you. Now, by like this? No, now. No. It's not bad. For me, it's justifiable why that man should treat you that way. Test them small. It is not by any means okay at all. Let us not quote it anyhow. Let us not just look at it that you're training a child. That is not the right way to bring up a child. Anybody who tells you otherwise is deceiving you. I'm sorry to say this. Because these days you're not making yourself a god over your children. It's not that I don't correct my children. It's not that I don't use the cane sometimes on them. But sometimes I do that. Not up to 2 minutes, I call the child to say, come. Do you know why mommy beats you? And they say, yes. Is it okay to beat you? My children will tell me, yes, it is, because I did something wrong. And then I tell them, I love you so much. Yes, mommy. I will never tolerate somebody else beating you like this. Yes, mommy. But I don't want you to be a spoiled child. That's okay, mommy, I'm sorry. I will never do it again. That is the correct way to train up these children. Not by beating them. They didn't do anything bad though, by coming to this world to become your children. Is that the crime they've committed? To be passing through hell? Some people were trained up that way. We understand that you never felt love from your parents, because some of them, Their parents were very, very bitter because probably your father left and left you people with your mom. And so I can now sense where that bitterness is coming from. You now unleash it on a child that has not done anything. Some of those mothers now begin to train people. Boy. You don't know they are beating you out of anger. They are beating you out of frustration. You think that is the right way to bring up a child. No, my dear, you're making a mistake. I understand if you never felt love. I understand it totally. You never felt love, right? Nobody has ever loved you. That's the reason, because the mother that brought you up is very bitter. Please don't unleash those anger on that child. You may not love the father of your children. Please don't show it to your child that you don't love them. Please don't unleash anger, bitterness on those children, because the more you unleash that to them and they grow up to become nuisance. They grow up to become something else. They grow up to become what you cannot even be proud of. No matter what it is, I still give it up to some single mothers that no matter what they are passing out or passing through, their children has never seen them cry. They still treat them with so much love. They never tell those children anything bad about their fathers. That is how it should be. Allow the child to grow up to know these things by themselves. Allow that child to grow up to know that this my father will not be good person by themselves. Don't tell them, because you may begin to tell them and that child will now grow up and experience the father. That father is in fact sweeter than you are. You've lost the child already. There's nothing you can do about it. So please, women, we can do better. We can do better. I beg. Wickedness it doesn't pay at all. Please, let's try our best to be good mothers. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like, please share this video to as many platforms as you want or as you have as possible. Let's get our women sensitized. We should really be mothers. We are mothers, and we should be mothers in every way, in all ramification. Have a blessed day. Bye, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye.